Hi witches, I hope your week like kicked off super well. I know Tuesdays are always super hard for me, but recently I've been kind of delving back into the realm of drinking tea because I drink way too much coffee as it is. I'm drinking coffee right now, but I have been like kind of embracing tea as an act of self-care and an act of like magic. So my favorite thing as of late have been like London fog lattes, like hot or iced with almond milk instead of regular milk. And I am truly living my best life. But the more I was thinking about it, I decided to look up the like magical properties of bergamot, which is the main flavor in Earl Grey tea. I also drink Earl Grey with lavender in it, so it's like a little bit on the calming side. And I know that lavender, like already, I know that lavender has like that protective and calming property to it, which is why I specifically get Earl Grey with lavender. So wouldn't you know it, bergamot. All right, here we go. This is coming, oh yeah, by the way, coming out of Cunningham's Encyclopedia for Magical Herbs. If you don't have it, check it out. It's a pretty good one. Check and see if your local library has it, just in case you don't like it. But if you do that, definitely, if you do like it, it's a good book to have in your library, is what I'm saying. But anyways, so bergamot, folk names, horsemint, bee balm, and monarda. Gender, feminine, element, air, power, clarity, which is probably why I like it so much, because after I've been drinking like an Earl Grey tea or like a latte or something, I immediately just feel like calm and focused and ready to like move forward. Wild bergamot can be used to bring clarity and good working order to the surface in any situation. So if you are feeling kind of overwhelmed, try some Earl Grey tea. I promise it will work wonders for you. So anyways, it totally makes sense that the tea was like calming and grounding and centering for me. And then that got me thinking about how tea is really an intersection of like earth magic and water magic, right? And how both of those elements have very heavy associations with healing. So if you are in the broom closet, a cup of tea can be a ritual if you think about it. And I really, as I went through this whole thought process while I was deciding what videos to make for this month, I like really thought about how when I was in high school, I was very interested in like the Victorian times, and tea was huge, especially in Victorian England. And I remember like how, you know, you have to go through a certain process of making the tea, and you can make it, of course, as elaborate or not as you want. But then that also got me thinking about like Japanese tea ceremonies, which are like beautiful and really, really cool, and how tea kind of has this mystical, magical element around it. You can read tea leaves. It's almost like a potion. There's herbs involved. There's like, you know, steam rising out of it. So you really have like all four elements represented. You have the plant magic and herbs, the water magic and the water, the steam that comes off of tea, that's like air magic, and of course like the heat that represents fire. And then you know, if you think about it, like the spirit, the person drinking it, that's the fifth element, if that's part of your practice. But like I said, if you're in the broom closet, making tea can be a small devotional task. While you wait for it to steep, you could meditate. You can get teas made of specific herbs to help you with setting your intention, form a working using those kinds of herbs. It can be healing, it can be literally medicine. It can be used as an offering to a deity. Similar to how I have seedlings as offerings, you can make tea and leave it on your altar overnight or out overnight. If you don't have an altar, you can be left on a windowsill or something. When I think about it as an offering to a deity, I'm assuming that no one is going to like come in your room or your sacred space and be like, oh, what's that doing there, if you leave it out overnight. Now, everyone's different, of course, but you kind of do run the risk of someone accidentally tossing it out. They think you just forgot it. So just be careful with that. But yeah, having a cup of tea out is seemingly kind of innocuous. So some other tips I have for tea magic. Stirring your tea clockwise will attract things. So if you are stirring in prosperity to a mint tea, stir that clockwise to attract money. If you are trying to do a cleansing, so maybe you have a lavender tea of some sort, or some sort of like green tea, I guess, you could stir that counterclockwise, and that works to charge the drink with cleansing energy. If you use honey or agave, if you're vegan, as a sweetener, you can actually draw a pentacle like in your tea, or you can draw the pentacle first and then pour the tea in, I guess. If you want to consecrate your tea and your teacup, you can use a specific blessed teacup just for drinking tea in a ritual sense. You can hold a warm cup of tea as it steeps and charge that with your intent and then drink it. And I am sure there are many more. It's kind of like, I feel like it's modern day potion making, and I think that's really fun. But anyways, I would love to hear how you guys use tea magic. I'm gonna go finish this coffee and then actually go get a cup of tea. But yeah, I hope you guys are like looking at tea and maybe even kitchen magic a little bit in a more broad sense. And like, when I first got into kitchen magic, I think my craft definitely improved, and like I started practicing more often. So if you're looking for ways to practice, this might be a good one. So yeah, bye guys.